I'm Hannah Rogers, and you're watching Average Joe Sports Talk. Hannah Rogers, Southside High School, Libero.
All right, Hannah. Let's start this interview like I do with a lot of interviews. Take us back to where you grew up and what your childhood was like.
Okay. My childhood, I grew up in church, and I went to Westbrook for half of elementary school, and then that's when I moved to Southside in 3rd grade. I played basketball, softball, and I ran track and cross country. But now I'm down to just playing volleyball. I started volleyball in the 7th grade, and that's also when I played club volleyball.
So you played multiple sports as a youngster. Which one of those at the time was more fun or enjoying, or did you enjoy the most at that time?
Probably basketball, just because I love defense, and I could be very aggressive, so I really enjoyed it.
That's definitely a place to let out some aggression, basketball, no doubt. People forget that's a contact sport, but it definitely is. When was the first time you met Coach Brothers?
7th grade. Well, yeah, 7th grade.
7th grade. What was that conversation like when you met and you told her you wanted to play for her?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No, I feel like I've known her forever.
Okay, what was your first impression of Coach Brothers?
I was a little scared and intimidated because I thought she was like a very strict coach, which she is, but I hadn't really seen her friendly side. I'd only seen her coaching side, and I was very intimidated at first, but now, I love her, and she's a great coach.
You understood why she's like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she demands that.
Yes, and she pushes us to be the best we can be.
Now, I'm sure you are like most all of us when we were younger growing up. Who was a local athlete that you really looked up to that you thought, man, she's awesome?
For me, that was Lily Anderson because she was our high school libero, and so I would always watch her in middle school, and I just tried to watch what she would do and put that into my game.
Did you always want to play libero? Is that something that you seen in her and you're just like, man, that's awesome?
Well, being kind of short, I knew I wasn't going to end up on front row, and like I said with basketball, I've always loved defense. And being a libero is that for volleyball. That's how I get to be aggressive and just try and get everything up.
No doubt. Definitely makes sense as well. When was your first start on varsity?
My sophomore year.
What was going through your head before that game started?
I was scared.
Were you really?
Yes, because I didn't want to let the older girls down, and I didn't want to let the coaches down. And at that time, I didn't really play with a lot of confidence because of that. And I think that's what's really made the difference between my sophomore and junior year.
Was that Macy Williams? Was she there then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, as you've developed and became a better player, obviously, over the years, has the game slowed down to you? Do you see it a lot easier and a lot more clear when you're out there now?
Yes, sir. When I first started, I did not know how to read hits at all. And that's something that all of my coaches have helped me with. And when I'm playing, like, I can kind of read things. I know when they're going to tip. And so I get to the ball quicker.
No doubt. What, in your words, what does it mean to be a Southside Panther and play volleyball on this team? It's been on such a good run over the last few years.
It's definitely something to be proud of because at Southside we're all a family and we're all working together for the same thing, but the relationships we have are great. The team is like my sisters. So I think playing at Southside is definitely something to be proud of because I know I can count on them always.
It's something we've noticed, last year, obviously the year before we came out and seen you guys, all you guys seem to be in tremendous shape and you guys work out. And it's no knock, on the other teams in the area. It's just you guys look like y'all are literally ready to go to a CrossFit competition and compete. Talk about those workouts and what it's like, because you guys actually do CrossFit as a training.
Yes, I love it personally. It's very hard. Nothing about it is easy, and it's a new challenge every day. Unless we're doing like strength work, like squats. Other than that, we're doing power cleans, and we have sandbags, ropes, just stuff we typically wouldn't do in the gym. So we have to really push ourselves and just step outside of our comfort zones because we're not always doing just your basic workouts.
You never grow unless you step outside your comfort zone. How long did it take for you to get in the groove with that? Because it's a different training than most people are used to.
I actually started CrossFit in middle school, and I fell in love with it. I go outside of just our set time to go with volleyball because I love it. I try and go year-round. Anytime I can go, I go.
So here's something else I want to ask you personally because you are established in the position. For those outside that does not know the position of Libero and how important it is on the team and what the purpose of that position is and why they wear the jerseys, could you describe that to everyone now?
Yes. So I actually got it described to me to think of the Libero as the quarterback. And what that means is I'm pretty much in charge of the defense. So if I see, hey, they're going line a lot, then it's my job to shift that before Coach B has to tell us to. And to always be talking and letting everybody know, make sure we're covering. And if I read a hit, I let them know. So I just try and talk and let everyone know what's going on.
That's good. So obviously that's a very, very important position on the court. Now, this is your senior year coming up, correct?
Yes, sir.
How has this one been a little bit different, your approach to it, knowing that this is your last season here at Southside High School?
Well, every year I've always tried to give it my all on the court because I knew it was the girls above me last year, and I didn't want to be like part of the reason, like they didn't make it as far as they wanted to. And now that I'm actually here and it's my turn, I see how important that is for the younger girls because it's not just the seniors out on the floor. It's not just me, Macy's, and I and Keelan, We have to have those younger classmen too. And so as being a senior, it's really important to me to encourage those girls to work hard every day and just to be their rods, little things like that. Always make sure that they're taken care of. And knowing it's our last year playing together is very sad to me because I've played with them for so long. But at the same time, I know like the younger girls behind me, that's going to be them one day. So I want to set a good example for them.
Absolutely. That's a great answer. Now, I know you said you do CrossFit, obviously in the off season, but what are some of the other things you do in the off season to keep your skills sharp, so to speak?
I play club volleyball for Gadsden Volleyball Club, and I try to go to camps and do lessons. So I'm just playing year-round pretty much, just making sure I don't lose it. And then like I told you before, I go to CrossFit to make sure I'm staying in shape.
There you go. That definitely makes sense. So you eat, sleep, and drink, you're correct.
Yes.
There you go. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears, obviously, and hard work has went into your career here at Southside to this point. But What is your favorite memory out of all that you put into it to this point? I know this year you're going to make some more, but to this point, what is something that really sticks out to you that you're proud of, or something that you'll always remember?
Outside of like the gym with the team or on the court?
On the court. Yeah, on the court.
Probably when we made it to regionals. We ended up losing, but I still just love the experience and being there with those girls. That was a level of play I hadn't seen before. It was so aggressive and really eye-opening for me as a libero to see how hard those girls were hitting.
Yeah, the speed of the game at that point and the other teams as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let's take it back for a minute. Let's talk about you pregame before you go out. Are you one of those that's up screaming, hollering in the locker room? Or you even keel girl, or how is that?
Well, when I first got on varsity, I was very quiet. But now that I'm older and have gotten more comfortable and more confidence, I am definitely one of the louder ones.
There we go.
But I haven't always been.
What do you have playing in your headphones?
Well, it's kind of just a little bit of everything.
You get a mix.
Just upbeat, always.
Something upbeat.
Mm-hmm. Positive.
Do you have any pregame rituals or superstitions that you have?
We pray before we play, and that's something I make sure at every game we do. And for myself, I have like a personal prayer, and then we have our team prayer.
There you go. You got God on your side. It's hard to defeat you, my friend. I don't think anybody can do that. Now, let's talk about your mindset before you take the court. Like, headphones are off, you're stretched, game's match about to begin. How do you get yourself ready to go?
Really, it's just a confidence thing for me. Like, I let myself know, like, you can do this. That's actually when I do my prayer, is when we're waiting on the sideline, because as libero, I have to get waved into the game. I can't just walk onto the court. And so that's like my little prayer time. And I just let myself know, like, you got this. And I tell myself, you've prepared, you're ready to go.
Well, the workouts you guys do, the games or the matches have to be the easy part.
Yes, and that's something people tell us a lot because our gym is so hot.
That's right.
And we're all used to it.
No doubt. Now, obviously, you want to play college in college,
yes, sir.
Right? Correct. So, but before we talk about that, let's talk about this season coming up. What are some of your personal goals and expectations for yourself and the team?
For myself, I want to beat my dig count from last year, and I just want to have every game give it my all. I don't want to walk off the court a single game and think, hey, I could have done that better. For our team, I just want to make it as far as we can go. I want to have a positive season and for everyone to get along and just enjoy the game.
No doubt. Now, obviously, we talked about you wanting to go to the next level. If I were a college coach and was looking to recruit you, what would you say, in your own words, is some of your biggest attributes?
I always try to be encouraging, and even when I'm, having like an off day, I try and pick it up on another part of my game. So if my serve receive is bad, I try and make up for it on my defense. Or if I'm just having a slow day in general, then I try and be loud and just positive.
The best athletes in the world, that goes for like anywhere from whoever, Michael Jordan, Michael Phelps, whoever, Serena Williams, another one. They're always, reflect on themselves about how they did, what they do good, what they don't do so good. What are some of the things you think you could improve on your game at this point?
Speed, definitely. Just moving to the ball quicker. All of my game can be improved, I think. My serving, my passing, and my back row hits, all of it can get better. So this year I just really want to work to improve on it, every part of it. What's
Coach Brothers meant to you to this point in your life, not just on the court, but off the court as well?
She's been a good role model for me, and she, even when we're down, she's picking us up, but mainly she's really pushed me to be the player that I am, because she's not easy on me, and she saw my potential my sophomore year, and that's made me the player I am now.
No doubt. I like that. Before we shut this video down, I'm going to kind of turn it over to you, for you to talk to the parents, the fans, the community, administration, everybody at Southside that's been there for you throughout your career and going to continue being there this year as well. What's it meant to you, and what would you like to say to them at this point?
So to all the parents and my coaches and the faculty at Southside, I just want to thank y'all for always being there for me and for always having my back and supporting me throughout my career.
All right, thank you so much, and good luck this season.
Thank you.